Hello and welcome to Talking Tech and Trash with Gino and Toby, the podcast where we talk tech and trash. I'm Gino.
And I'm Toby.
And today we're talking about Disney's Marvels plus Moon Knight.
God, we almost had it.
Almost had it. Moon Knight on Disney Plus from Marvel. Toby, what are your thoughts?
Yes, okay. So we watched it each week. I think we missed, that's a lie. What did we miss? The first 2 weeks?
No, I think we watched it week.
Yeah, I don't think we started at the right time. I don't think we started when it started.
I watched it without you.
Probably.
I didn't.
So initial thoughts, rushed. I
Like the intro to this podcast. Rushed.
just rushed. Get in it.
Rushed.
It felt like that. It felt like I wanted more. I guess that's
Yeah, I guess yeah.
like we didn't know these characters. I don't know who Moon Knight is. I don't know who Stephen Grant is, and that's who it started with, right?
He's
so we're
for
just
fake.
diving into spoilers. We're just talking about
Yeah,
the
and
show.
I guess I'll give a quick recap. Moon Knight has some vague powers.
I don't know why you ask me first what I think. If you want
I was
to,
expecting I like it or I didn't like it.
I gotta do more.
I know but that's the whole rest of the episode.
No, but start with the recap then.
Okay. He has I don't know, super strength and he
And
can fight
healing
good.
powers.
He has healing powers. He has moon boomerangs.
Oh, you're talking about his mission.
What are his
weapons.
powers?
I'd say his powers.
Super strength.
Super he has a cape that helps him fly.
Yeah,
or,
he flies at some point. He basically works for a god, the Egyptian god of the moon and the night. And he works for him because he was about to die, and the god brought him back to life as his servant.
To do his bidding.
To do his bidding, to go kill people who are bad. And the show starts out with a British guy played by Oscar Isaac named Stephen Grant. He works for a museum. And then he keeps hearing voices in his head, and it turns out one of the voices is the god. The other voice is the real version of the person, who's Mark Spector. So it turns out that before Mark Spector became Moon Knight, he has multiple personality disorder.
No, it's not dissociative. Dissociative personality disorder.
Yes, so he has multiple personalities even before he was Moon Knight. And then becoming Moon Knight and doing all the murders kind of made it worse to the point where they're separate people that live in his body.
Sorry, dissociative identity disorder is what it's called.
So basically, they're trying to stop Ethan Hawke from releasing this even eviler god than Khonshu. And Ethan Hawke walks on glass and is Ethan Hawke.
And just Ethan Hawke's it up. He's got a cane that helps. So
Judge
his
people.
scary thing, right? So his cane judges you. If you're going to do something bad in your life, then you are deemed bad and
Right.
you die. You
Whereas
get killed.
Khonshu kills you after you do a bad thing. What's Ahmet?
Ahmet, yeah.
Ahmet, that god kills you before you do the bad thing.
Yeah, that guy's just you're gonna do baby, you're gonna do something bad.
Baby Hitler, they talked about in
Right.
or Baby Thanos, they talked about in Avengers. Do we go kill Baby Thanos?
Right, baby Thanos would have been
Ahmet.
if Ahmet had her way.
Kill Baby Thanos.
Dead.
So no one likes Khonshu. He's the least favorite god of all of the other gods. They don't like him. He's been banished. Mm-hmm. He's played by.
I have IMDb.
He was in.
Yeah, we don't know his name.
He was in Mythic
initials.
Quest.
F. Murray Abraham.
F. Murray Abraham does a great job. And so basically, at some point, Mark Spector dies, and then he goes to the afterlife, which is an insane asylum, where him and...
Sorry, you skipped so many things.
whatever. It's fine. What happens? They do adventures. And
They do adventures.
Yeah.
They go. So they're going to get Ahmet free, right?
They don't want Ahmet free. Ethan Hawke wants Ahmet free.
Right. So they're going to go find Ahmet's stuck in a statue, and they're going to go, excuse me, they're going to go find the statue, and while they're finding the statue, they get caught.
Spooky mummy comes out.
Spooky mummies, and then Ethan Hawke shoots
him.
Mark.
So the afterlife is an insane asylum, but in the insane asylum, Mark Spector and Steven are two separate people, and in order to leave the afterlife, they have to go figure out why they're all out of whack. And then they come back to life. At some point, Khonshu was trapped, so that Mark Spector's wife has to.
Mark Spector has a wife.
Mark Spector has a wife. She has to save Khonshu so that Khonshu, when Mark Spector comes back to life, can heal his wounds.
Right.
And then Ethan Hawke lets out Ahmet. Mark Spector's wife becomes the avatar for a giant hippo god, and she has like not hippo powers.
No, she has like bird powers.
She has bird power,
She's
which
got,
is
like,
weird
wings.
because Moon Knight has moon powers.
I hope you guys are still with us. If you didn't watch the show, this is going to be
yeah, watch the show. I'm doing a terrible job. Can you tell our thoughts on the show? And then they fight the freaking giant Khonshu and giant Ahmet fight each other.
Khonshu is a bird god
with a skull.
Ahmet is a crocodile god
With like snake hair.
Right. So yeah. So like they're fighting each other.
A giant monster battle.
Didn't
expect that to happen. While Moon Knight in his Moon Knight outfit and at this point now his alter ego Steven
This other person
has his own version of a Moon Knight outfit, which is like a British
suit.
gangster
It's
looking
adorable.
thing. He wears like a regular suit. They're fighting Ethan Hawke, and then his wife comes in with hippo bird powers. Bird powers from a hippo. A fertility goddess, right? Isn't a fertility goddess the hippo?
I think a goddess of like mother.
She should have like
children.
pregnant powers.
So just
Bird
squirt
power.
milk.
Nurture young. I'm here to nurture you, Ethan Hawke.
Get out of here. Those babies.
Those babies at him. Oh, God. And then the dumbest thing ever. So, like, while he's in the insane asylum afterlife thing, and he's hanging out with his alter ego, and they're trying to solve the mystery of why they're so crazy, you see this, like, sarcophagus that they keep looking at, where, like, everyone's like, oh, that's the third personality inside Mark Spector. And then the end, he's fighting Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke's about to kill him, and then it goes blank.
It goes black.
And then Moon Knight won, and they didn't show us how the fight happened because I guess the third personality
Right, who we haven't met
won the
yet.
fight, which we haven't
Right.
met yet,
Well, we
except
know-
for in a post-credit scene.
No, and we knew he existed because there was one other whatever, we'll get there.
Yeah, so I said the sarcophagus. There's another.
Right, but there's an earlier time in the series where they both wake up after like murdering a bunch of people, and they're both like, "Who was that?"
Oh, I didn't pick up on that. I better go back.
Okay.
So then they trap Ahmet in Ethan Hawke. They don't kill Ethan Hawke, but somehow he ends up in the afterlife still in the insane asylum.
No, they sent him to a real life one. I think that was a real life one.
Oh, you do?
I do. I think they put him in a real life one.
Huh.
Because then we went outside to a car.
Yeah, and then
So then what happened is Khonshu was like, so Mark just really wanted to be released of Khonshu's.
so Khonshu said, if you help me this one last time,
Right, I will
I'll
release you and Steven. Cool. He's like, deal, great. So we find Harrow or Ahmet in this insane asylum. Somebody gets him who speaks Spanish, rolls him out in a wheelchair.
I thought it was going to be Christian Bale.
Yeah, Gino
because,
thought the God Killer
Christian
was
Bale
coming
is playing
in.
Gore the God Butcher in
That's what
Thor.
it is.
So I'm like, it's going to be Christian Bale. He's going to kill him. And
Yeah,
it
I mean,
doesn't.
like, wouldn't that have been wild?
There's no way Christian Bale, I don't care what his contract is. He ain't showing up for some TV show.
Yeah, right? For some 6 episode.
No.
And so you get into the car, and Harrow or Ahmet is like...
Ahmet, no, not Ahmet.
Well, Harrow.
Oh, Ahmet, yes. Ethan Hawke.
But Ethan Hawke, we'll just call him Ethan Hawke, is there, and he's talking to Khonshu, who's also in there in like a suit.
He's like, they're in like a nice Rolls Royce, and he's chilling in a
Yeah,
nice
Ethan Hawke is like, there's nothing you could do to me.
dead bird head.
Yeah,
in a
just
suit.
dead bird head. And this dead bird head, Khonshu, is like, well, Mark was great, and he thought I wanted his wife to be my new avatar, but really all I needed was
I really wanted.
Jake Lockley.
Yes, and it's the third personality, and you see him, and he turns around and shoots
And
Ethan Hawke.
Speaks Spanish.
Speaks Spanish, even though his name's Jake Lockley.
Listen, and I'll talk about it later, but like, God, like.
What's his face? I mean, Oscar Isaac is Spanish.
Right. And I'll explain, maybe this is how this came about for Oscar Isaac as well, but just like, God, just like, make it a little more Spanish.
You know what? Okay, this is going to sound really bad, because when we started this, right before we started this podcast, I think we were both pretty together where we like didn't like it. But now, just giving that ridiculous, goofy
You like it more?
I think I liked it.
No.
I think I liked it.
I liked
God
it.
Damn it.
No. I liked it. I just needed more. It was so rushed. I feel like they wanted to be funny, but they didn't have time to be funny.
I thought it was as funny as most Marvel things.
No, I thought. I mean, like it was funnier than Falcon
funny.
and the Winter Soldier, whatever that show was. It was funnier than that, but like, it's still like I just like in that last episode, like the finale, I was like, what is happening here? We just kept jumping from scene to scene and not. I was like, how did we get here? You know what I mean?
You were also on your phone.
I was not on my phone. I was eating food.
You're eating food.
Me looking down and making sure all my rice is on my fork should not obstruct me from watching a show.
True.
That's all I'm saying.
You should eat like I do when I watch a show.
Yeah, eyes up and just spilling rice everywhere.
So yeah, I thought, surprisingly enough, Oscar Isaac's really stupid British accent is pretty good. I'm not British, so I don't know how accurate it is.
Well, so a little background on that, because he was on Seth Meyers, and I listened to Seth Meyers' podcast because I love Seth Meyers. We did see Seth Meyers a few years ago. Ugh,
I mean, our podcast is like just as good as Seth.
Oh my God, we're just as good as Seth Meyers' show.
He went to Harvard or something, right? Is he smart?
He is smart. I don't know where he went.
We're just as smart.
Just as smart. And he had Oscar Isaac on the show, and Oscar Isaac said that the different voices, like the accents, are his idea. So, because they have it set in London, and he was just going to be an expat American in London.
Which what he is, because Mark Spector is American.
Right, but so Stephen Grant was going to be American too.
I know, but I'm explaining to the audience who had to listen to our terrible recap, who didn't watch the show.
Right. So it's set in London, and the way Oscar Isaac said it, he said that they put it in London because they needed more than New York. Granted, New York is the best.
But every Marvel show
is in New York.
Because Marvel's from New York.
It's from New York.
Stan Lee,
Listen,
Jack Kirby,
as a New Yorker, I like my representation.
We are represented in literally everything.
I am cool with it, and I want
Planet
more.
of the Apes.
Actually, I was represented in this in a different way, which we'll get into.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah,
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, right? So, he did the British accent, and I can only assume he also wanted to make Jake different. So Jake speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Which is why I think that because Jake Lockley, there's no way when they did this comic.
He looked like an Italian mafia guy. I thought they were going to go for that
a Spanish
angle.
mafia guy.
It's not a thing.
You don't know that.
I guess I don't.
Right?
Please reach out to us if you're in the Spanish mafia.
Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram, Spanish mafia.
Talking
Oh yeah, we got to do it. Yeah, hit the like. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button.
Yeah, we're so bad at it.
Subscribe.
Please.
Ring the bell.
And listen to our podcast. We finally hit 100 downloads in a week. That's exciting.
According to the internet, you're supposed to say it in the beginning, so we're going to say it in the beginning.
Right. We're not doing great.
Only took us 13 minutes to get to it. Good job.
Good job, us. So it was his idea for the accents, and I thought they were pretty cool. They help differentiate between all three.
And he's an executive producer, so Kevin Feige had to be like, ugh, okay, fine.
Probably, right?
Do your accents,
yeah.
whatever.
One other thing, he went to Juilliard. So that's what he
Good job, Juilliard.
Right? Good job.
Him, Alicia Keys.
Somebody else I knew.
I think Chadwick Boseman went to Juilliard. Rest in peace.
I don't know.
So, his wife, who's his wife? She was good.
Her name is May Calamaway.
She plays like a Lara Croft kind of Indiana Jones type. She's into archaeology.
Yeah, she was cool.
She's got big frizzy hair.
Loved it. Those curls in that heat, no way. That's the most unbelievable thing in Moon Knight is that her hair
curls
stayed
were curly.
bouncy and they do not. You think they're going to stay that bouncy and curly in the humidity of Egypt?
Don't hair get curl? Doesn't hair get curlier?
Yeah, but frizzy. Haven't you seen the episode of Friends where Monica's in Barbados and her hair just
But isn't Egypt a desert too?
Yeah, it's probably humid and hot. I don't know if it's a dry heat.
I'm pretty sure it's the driest.
If you live in Egypt,
let us know.
Let us know. What's it like in Cairo?
We're science teachers. We're not looking that up.
We're not looking it up. There's no way of knowing.
Pretty sure it's desert.
Whatever.
Sand.
I'm just impressed at how bouncy and her curls are.
Yeah, it's almost like they didn't actually film it. I mean, did they film it? We don't even need.
We don't know. We'll do research one day.
No. So yeah, she was great, and she eventually gets the hippo.
Yep, she gets to be an Egyptian
avatar
superhero.
Oh yeah, at some point she's flipping a car or something like that. Mm-hmm. and someone says to her in the street, they're like, "Oh, are you an Egyptian superhero?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Right. Very cute. Very cute.
So like, I was like, wait a second, Kamala Khan is supposed to be, I think, their first Muslim.
Okay, but that doesn't mean she's.
But I guess, yeah, she said
She might not be. She might not be religious, but Egyptian, yes, she is Egyptian.
I'm excited for Miss Marvel. I don't care what anybody says.
I hope they give it more time than they gave Moon Knight, because truly it felt like Moon Knight was like an idea they had, and they were like, "This is a good idea. We're not really going to flesh it out. We're just going to give it to the people, see what happens."
Yeah, it's like they didn't know if this was going to work, so they're like, 6 episodes.
Right. It seems like they didn't put as much effort into this as they did, say, like WandaVision.
I mean,
or
WandaVision
Loki.
was like Kevin Feige's baby. Like, that was his idea.
Right. That's how it feels to me. It felt like this is kind of, there's like a phrase I'm trying to think of. But it kind of got like the Shaft a little bit. Like
we didn't even see the final fight.
we didn't see the.
Yeah, we didn't see him beat the bad guy. They just skipped past that.
Like, I understand the point was to hide Jake.
Right.
But
I want to see him. What does his suit look like?
could you imagine if Avengers did that? Like in Endgame?
If they did that, then you have to go back and show it happening.
Could you? No, they wouldn't. You wouldn't. You would see this. You would see all the rings, and then Thanos stuff.
He'd go to Iron Man and go like this. One.
Yeah, that's
and then
it.
It would skip to when he's dead.
That's right. We wouldn't see him snap or anything.
That's what it was like. Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
I get it, because Mark Spector wasn't in control. Steven wasn't in control.
Right, and we didn't. And for those, so like we knew about a third personality strictly from podcasts and the internet. Like if we
right, we listened to shout out to the Weekly Planet.
We love you guys,
Australia.
That's one of the only things I'll listen with Gino.
You actually get mad when I listen to reviews of things from them.
I do, because I like listening to them.
Tweet at them.
I'll tweet at them.
This episode. We shouted you out.
Yeah, shouted you out.
Cricket sucks.
Hey, there's cricket in Moon Knight.
There's cricket in Moon Knight.
There's cricket in Moon Knight. Don't remember what I was saying. Just things went really fast. Oh, Jake. We wouldn't know about the personality. So like it would have been a surprise that like we would have been like, what do you mean he blacked out? Like what we would have been asking questions.
I would have been just as intrigued if all of a sudden Moon Knight murdered a bunch of people, had like a black suit and killed everybody. And then I also would have been able to see the fight as opposed to what we got, where I guess I'm still intrigued, but I did not get to see him murder, because like he does it. Ethan Hawke is just knocked out and bloody. And Ethan Hawke was just killing him. All of the dudes are dead. And his wife is like, "What? What the hell was that?"
Yeah.
And why do you have wings? You are a hippo goddess avatar. Why do you have wings?
I know.
Oh, also Moon Knight can fly at some point.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Khonshu's like, "I'm the god of the night."
Right, like fly.
You can fly now, and he just flies away. Yeah. I'd be like, "I have a bird head."
Right? Like a lot of it was weird. Like their time. So then the one whole episode was devoted to their time in the afterlife, right? Where
I would say like 1.5.
1.5. But so they're in the afterlife, and so the half in the beginning.
Even the last episode had some of it.
Right. So they're in the afterlife for a while, and like that was a powerful part of it, right? Because we are seeing what happened to Mark, and him coping with his past and trying to figure out where Stephen Grant came from.
Yeah, and I like what they do, because like, I mean, they don't hold this for too long, but for a little bit they kind of make it seem like that Mark really is in an insane asylum, because like there's like an fake Indiana Jones movie where the character is named Mark, and like
his name is
Stephen. Well, no, you find out later it's Stephen Grant. In real life, the poster says Stephen. There's like a little like Khonshu toy that someone's playing with. His wife is there, and she's like a crazy conspiracy lady. Ethan Hawke is his doctor. So like I would say like a solid 15 minutes had me going. I was like, oh, maybe this is why there's no other MCU stuff going on.
Right.
Because he actually is crazy.
Right. But we did also wonder about that. Like nothing was mentioned. I saw a tweet that people were like, in the Marvel universe, people just shrug at a giant lizard and a giant bird fighting.
Is this the first time besides Ant-Man there's like giant people fighting?
Nobody.
Next to the pyramids. I mean, they were next to the pyramids, and as someone who has flown by the pyramids in Microsoft Flight Simulator, there's not that, like, the buildings are over here.
Right. It's
and
far
there's
from
just enough space for a giant dead bird.
I was wondering what you were going to say because I know you have not flown over Egypt.
In a fake video game.
Fake video game, yes.
I mean, it's a
life,
real
no.
video game, but not in real life.
Right. Real life, no.
No.
I've been the closest to Egypt.
Right. So there's just enough space for a weird spaghetti-haired crocodile monster.
She had cool hair. Her outfit was very cool. I know you didn't like her being a giant crocodile and like all the stuff.
But I guess the god is in Egyptian.
Yeah,
is a giant crocodile. So
I'm assuming. Yeah. I thought that was really cool, and I assume that's where all their money went because in that last episode there were like a bunch of avatars that should have been there,
dead,
and they were all gone.
Ethan Hawke just shoots a purple laser out.
And again, didn't see. All of a sudden, all the avatars are gone, and I was like, "Gino, what happened?" And you're like, "I don't know." Ethan Hawke.
Ethan hawked him. He hawked him.
He hawked him.
Ethan
Dead hawked.
Dead.
Yeah. We were talking about the afterlife.
Yes, and
so
then
they tricked you, and then he has to. So
then the hippo shows up.
Right. Then a hippo shows up, says you have to like balance yourself. I thought the trauma. Like, what did you think about his trauma and the reason for Steven?
Yeah. So essentially, the reason why he has what did you say it was dissociative personality disorder,
identity disorder.
When he was a child, he was in his backyard or in a forest somewhere near his house playing in a cave.
Right. Playing in a cave with his brother.
And it flooded and his brother died.
Right.
So then his mom had like super depression and hated him for the rest of his life and like kind of abused him for the rest and like beat him. And he essentially came up with Steven as a way of like having like an innocent side and like protecting himself from his mom and all that stuff. And I guess also Jake Lockley was in there. He did somewhere too.
I want to see what like Jake did because I can't imagine it was like good stuff.
It's like I bet you the scene where he first does Jake Lockley as a kid is going to be like in A Christmas Story when
he just beats
the crap out of the bully. Yeah, that's going to be Jake Lockley. And then what was really crazy is Mark does not want Steven to see his childhood because he doesn't want Steven to know that he's just his imaginary friend or like that he's just like a made up personality.
Right. And that is heartbreaking. That whole Steven, because while they're doing this, right, then they're in the beginning of the series, they hated each other. They didn't want to take turns coming out. They just wanted to be, because when the one person identity was out, the other one was like hidden away.
Right.
And once Steven started being aware.
Yeah, once Mark's mother died, that's when Steven for the first time actually came out of his and took over the body.
But what we were seeing, right, is that now Steven is like realizing this. So they're struggling to see who's in control. Right. After they go through this experience together in the afterlife, Steven saves Mark from being like pulled down by dead people,
sand monster souls, bad souls in the afterlife.
Right, and so Steven sacrifices himself and ends up with all the bad souls in the sand.
So then Mark, because now he's all balanced out, gets to go to heaven.
Right.
Mark's like, but Steven, and he just turns around and is like, F heaven, and he leaves and he goes to Steven.
Right, so sweet.
And the power of love opens them back up.
That's the thing. Like, that was just like a blip. The hippo goes, oh, Cyrus, you must have such a big heart. Or something like that. Like, what a soft... Do you think the gate is all like...
It's power of love.
Oh, my God.
It's like they're brothers. It's like he's brothers with his...
I know, but it's like every time something happened, it was like Deus Ex Machina, like an unexplained hand of God.
Millie must see a bird. She's looking at the window.
Oh, my God. Millie's losing her absolute mind. What?
I don't see what's out there, though.
It must be another cat because she's mad. I don't think I've ever seen her like this.
I wish I could show you guys.
Yeah, she's... like getting her ears ready to go back. But like, that's the thing. That's why I feel like it wasn't fully fleshed out because like, oh, sure, the gates will open up and your souls can go back. Oh,
yeah,
sure. Here comes Jake.
Everything's made up.
I guess. It just upset me. I wanted more. I didn't.
I think one more episode. Like most of these Marvel shows are too many episodes. Mm-hmm. I think 7 episodes, I think would have been fine.
I think we needed another episode of the terrible things happening.
Yeah.
Like we barely got souls being sent back. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like
right.
we barely had Ahmet
Let me see
be
Ethan
a
Hawke
villain.
hawking people.
Yeah.
Hawking them to the afterlife.
There you go. Good one.
I got it.
Yeah, you did it.
My favorite character, even though he is not a nice person, because he's not a person, is freaking Khonshu. F. Murray Abraham's voice. He's like so deep. I don't know. I don't think that's his actual voice.
I don't know.
I think they took his voice and went boop and just like lowered it a little bit. So he has this like very booming voice. He's like kind of a d-bag.
I'll say he's a
very
talented
manipulative.
Voice. It could be him. He's a voice actor. Could
He's like obviously using Mark Spector and like he's like, well, I saved you from the dead. You're almost dying.
Well, what's crazy is that like he was using Mark, but like he found a gem in Jake. Like
Right. But we don't know that until literally the last 5 seconds.
literally
of the
the
show.
end. But like that's who he wanted.
Yeah. And the only reason Mark keeps working for him is because he thinks that if he refuses, he'll go ask his wife. All the wife has to do is say no.
Right.
Which is what she did.
That's what she did.
He does ask her at some point, and she's just like, no.
This is the problem. Men don't
That's
trust
it.
men don't trust women to make the right choice.
Yeah,
Like
or just this all could have been solved. Hey, I work for this weird, crazy god. If he asks you to work for him, just say no.
right.
Unless you're dying, and then you can say yes.
And then you can say yes if you want to live.
Then just say no.
Right.
That would have solved the whole.
So weird. But I'm glad that we got more of Hippo. Her, I believe, name is Tawawet. I guess I can look. I have IMDb.
The
open.
actual hippo goddess or the
Yeah, the
actress
Hippo
that plays her?
Goddess. No, not Hippo Goddess.
Also, how'd you
is-
feel about there not being any
Yeah,
MCU
correct.
stuff in this? Like no MCU. This could have been a completely separate universe for all we know. No MCU stuff.
I liked it, actually. It didn't bother me that there was nobody
Yeah.
else in it.
Yeah, it didn't.
I was like, I liked that it was a standalone.
Yeah, they should do more of that, honestly.
Yeah, like if you want to introduce more characters, perfect way to do it.
Can I get another season of Daredevil, please? Since now Daredevil's back in the MCU.
I know, right? I forgot.
Just pretend like Iron Fist never happened, the Defenders never happened, Jessica Jones is too depressing. Give us another Daredevil. I'll take another Daredevil.
I'll take another Daredevil. I'll have to rewatch it, but I'll take another
Yeah.
Daredevil.
I'm trying to think of more stuff. It's like,
Well, so the thing that I know you wanted to ask me about.
oh yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
So as a Jewish American, Toby, how do you feel about the first openly Jewish Marvel character in the MCU?
Listen. So I wasn't even the first one of the between the two of us to notice that he was Jewish. So when his brother dies, passes away, whatever, they sit Shiva.
Yep.
And so Gino, you must have saw the rabbi in the back.
No, someone was wearing a yarmulke.
Someone's wearing yarmulke. I did not even know. Honestly, watching Marvel, it doesn't even occur to me that somebody's going to be Jewish. It's like not even a thought.
You'd think for a universe that takes place like 80% in New York, there'd be more Jewish characters.
Right.
And since like
Yeah, but
all
when
the
did-
original creators were Jewish,
Yeah, but
or almost all of them,
when did these come out? 40s, 50s?
60s,
60s?
60s, 70s.
60s, 70s? People
So
settle
everyone's
down over
like,
it.
a lot of the Marvel characters from the 60s and 70s are like secretly Jewish because
Right.
like Stan Lee, obviously like a lot of like Judaism, I guess, is like in the characters through like the upbringing of like Stan Lee and all the other
Right.
creators who are, like Spider-Man is very guilty, which is a thing that is generally associated. I'm just digging a hole. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
I don't listen. I know that that's true. I have not seen
helping people,
right, like doing mitzvot. I guess
splitting
sure.
a water, splitting an ocean.
I
Spider-Man's
haven't
power
seen
of
it.
splitting an ocean.
Yeah, right. Moses did that.
Doing mitzvahs, right? Doing good things.
Mitzvahs,
Doing the
yeah.
mitzvahs.
I haven't seen I have never had an inkling that somebody's Jewish. Only when they're in New York and they talk with an accent. Then I'm like, oh, maybe. Like if an old guy comes out and he's like, hey, what are you doing over there? That was bad.
Toby.
I'm literally Jewish and I can't do.
Digging the hole that I'm digging in. You're allowed to dig.
I'm
that
allowed
hole.
to dig the hole.
So yeah, I think I did look up in the comics. Mark Spector is Jewish in the comics.
Yes. So, and what I've been seeing, so I went to Twitter because I was
Do that
happy.
soon before you're not allowed on Twitter anymore.
I know, right? I'm going to get kicked out.
Kicked out.
So, not saying that what's his face is racist or anti-Semitic.
No, I'm saying that you're too much of a lib, so you're out.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Politics. So, I went to Twitter because I was excited about it. I was like, oh my gosh, he's Jewish. They're sitting Shiva, like they're sitting lower than everybody else. He's wearing a yarmulke.
The mom is like in this little chair.
Little chair. You have to sit lower. You're not supposed to sit in like a chair. And he wears a yarmulke. He like goes, when his mom dies, he stands outside of the building that her Shiva is, because he can't bring himself to go inside.
He's got mom guilt.
Mom guilt, gets mad at the yarmulke and then kisses it and feels sad about it. And I was like, awesome. Like clearly definitive Jewishness. And people on Twitter were like,
boo!
It wasn't Jewish enough. What do you want to do? See him read a Torah? Like,
why were we not at his bar mitzvah?
Where was his tallis?
Were the people complaining Jewish?
I don't know. I can't follow
I
them.
feel like the people who complain the most about these kinds of things aren't even of those people. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it was like mixed. Like some people were Jewish and they were like, I would have liked to see more. But like
that was episode 7.
That's what I'm saying.
Episode 7 was the bar mitzvah.
This is what I tweeted. There's 6 episodes. I'm not spending an entire episode exploring his Judaism. He's clearly not that Jewish. He's not. What do you want? Hanukkah? Celebrate Hanukkah with his family?
I want him to read the entire book from Passover.
Ooh, I was gonna say that would have been better flashback, I guess, for you people that want more Judaism, that are upset that
Listen, how's this for you? I called this out.
What?
He's a Jewish person working for an Egyptian god. Mm-hmm. Not big fans. Big fans.
Right.
Regular god and Egyptian god.
That was pointed out.
Not big fans of each other. It's messed up. It's supposed to be the chosen peoples.
And here we are, working for people that enslaved us once again.
What did, that's like the number 1 commandment, right? Thou shalt not have any gods before me.
Yeah,
Bad
right?
Mark
So clearly, he is not religious. No. I was going to make a joke where in one of the flashbacks that we see, they're celebrating Mark's birthday. His mom won't come down to celebrate the cake with him. Should have been like Passover. You want more Judaism? Throw in a holiday. Oh,
right,
no.
Just hit him with the...
Right? Mom won't light the candles? Oh, Mom, I'm going to say the 4 questions. Where
are you? Who do I ask the 4 questions to? Also, apparently his dad is a rabbi. Did we see that somewhere?
That's what I saw too. All right.
So now, how do you feel that the first openly Jewish character, I'm saying it like it's a secret, like being Jewish is like
has
a secret.
DID?
has like all kinds of mental problems.
I mean, it's definitely I don't know. I mean, I guess give us the first person. Yeah, I mean, then if you think about it, really, we have 3.
3 Jewish characters?
3 Jewish characters.
Because they're all Jewish.
Because they're all Jewish.
Well, Stephen might not be Jewish.
Stephen.
He's from England. He might be Anglican.
Jewish people exist in England.
I know, but I don't know.
No, they're all Jewish. Give it to us.
I asked, do you think this suit, because the suit heals all his wounds, do you think it heals the circumcision?
He did ask that.
I just want to know.
I feel like...
Marvel, reach out.
I feel like wounds...
If it's like an old
inflicted
wound.
after.
Right.
The suit. I don't think before.
Oh, so it's only after. No, but he's dead.
Yeah.
So if it heals scars, probably.
Maybe.
Marvel, reach out to us. I
want to know.
Reach
out to us.
Whoever created Moon Knight, I think it's a more recent character. Reach out to me. I want to know.
DM us.
These are the important questions.
Talking, Tech, and Trash.
Talking, Tech, and Trash. Answer the important questions. So yeah, I mean, like Catholics, we've had Daredevil. So like we have our own wacko, crazy, full of guilt.
Okay, I'm just gonna say on the record, you cannot say people with mental illnesses are crazy.
Daredevil does not have any known mental illnesses.
No, but he's not. He's very religious, I feel like, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, he goes to confession. He's very guilty.
Yeah.
Catholicism and Judaism. We have that in common.
Buddies.
Feeling
We're
guilty.
buddies. That's why we got married.
Thing. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I make him feel guilty, and he says, I've already had that.
I know what that is. I'm a Catholic. Yeah. So I want to, you know what I really want now? Daredevil Moon Knight team up. Who's the guiltiest?
Get him to Queens.
No, Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen.
Is Mark Spector from New York? I don't think they show him from New York.
So, what's his face? Isaac is from Miami?
Right. I think in the comics he's from New York, but I don't know if in the show he's from New York. I think he's from like Chicago. I think they show him in Chicago.
It was definitely a city.
Yeah, I don't know if it was New York.
Again, creators. Kevin Feige.
Reach out to. Well, no, Kevin Feige didn't create Moon Knight.
Yeah, but you know.
I guess the show.
Yeah, but he knows what's up.
He knows what. I mean, like if anyone. knows
Oscar
what's up.
Isaac.
Oscar Isaac.
Reach out.
Is it Chicago?
Is it Chicago? Is it New York? Is it Brooklyn?
Come on our podcast. You're on Seth Meyers' podcast. Come on our podcast.
Yeah, we're the same again.
We're
Same
just
level.
as good.
Wow, we have so many people to tag. in
Seth
this episode.
Myers, the Australian guys,
Yeah,
all of cricket,
Oscar Isaac.
a doctor
What doctor?
to ask us if the suit heals
Oh, that's
circumcision.
right. That's right.
We got all these.
Yeah, everyone reach out to us.
A rabbi. I would like a rabbi to reach out. If one of your
For what reasons?
flock, what do you call it? What does a rabbi call their
Not a
people?
flock.
If one of your people from your temple was working for an Egyptian god, is that like a bad?
How would you feel about it?
Is that an unmitzvah?
What do we call it?
An unmitzvah.
That's not what it's called. Yeah, unmitzvah.
Unmitzvah. These are the real questions, guys.
Where does Moon Knight fall in your Marvel series?
I guess okay, so I think my favorite is Loki. Then WandaVision. I guess this is number 3 by default.
What else is there? Falcon
Falcon
and
and Winter Soldier I didn't like that much. Hawkeye I didn't like that much.
I forgot about Hawkeye.
Yeah, exactly. What if I didn't like that much?
I was just meaning real people.
Is
that it? That's all the ones?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think I am similar, but I think I would switch. I think Hawkeye and this are tied. I know I forgot about Hawkeye, but I very much enjoyed Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner together.
And Kingpin came back, and that was cool.
Who?
Kingpin came back?
And Kingpin came back. I remember just being excited. For Moon Knight, I wasn't super jazzed each week. I wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Oscar Isaac's performance, but not necessarily for what's going to happen to Moon Knight.
Right. And I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah.
There was also not a lot of Moon Knight in it, if we're just being completely honest. If you take all the episodes together, he's probably only in the suit for 15 minutes?
Well, then Khonshu disappears for gets locked away for two and a half
Khonshu,
episodes.
my favorite character because he's such a not nice bird god. And his voice sounds so cool, and he's kind of mean. He's not in it for most of it.
Yeah, so
F. Murray Abraham is busy, I guess. I don't know.
right, he was too busy doing
Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest, we got it now. So that's kind of we wanted more.
Yeah, but not too much more.
Not too much more, but I don't know. Truly it seemed like they threw one of the other things that they just threw out at us, right? So Layla's dad was an archaeologist who ended up getting murdered
by
not Steven. Sorry, by
Mark Spector and his friend.
Right? And so that was
but not Mark Spector.
But not Mark Spector. But that was thrown in there. And so we're dealing with that. And then
They keep showing this goldfish over and over again.
Goldfish that apparently represented things. Whatever. Why does he sleep chained? He sleeps chained to a bed with sand.
Because
just
that way he knows.
to find out if he
sleepwalk, so he doesn't sleepwalk. Because in the beginning, when it's
but you think Jake?
Steven.
You think I know.
You keep talking about Jake. Jake's in it for 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
He shows up at the end and shoots a guy.
Speak Spanish.
Speak Spanish.
I guess so. I did like it.
I think it was cool that at the end, after he comes back to life, that while he's fighting, he can switch between the Mark Spector suit and the Steven suit, and their personalities and fighting styles at will. So they'll switch back and forth between the two, and the suit adjusts to whichever is in control.
Yeah, that was very cool.
That's why I think the whatever suit. That's why I want to see the suit that Jake has, Jake Lockley.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, listen, you're already paying for Disney Plus, so you might as well just watch it.
It's only 6 episodes.
It's only 6 episodes. You're gonna watch it, just like we had to watch it.
Right.
He's probably gonna show up in freaking Doctor Strange.
He'll be in something else. There will be a season 2. They cannot just be Jake Lockley.
Yay!
Last 3 seconds.
We didn't show you beating up the bad guy.
Yay! Here you go. He exists.
So they
now.
apparently he is only signed a one.
Yeah, but
thing contract. I call BS on
everybody lies.
Right. Everybody in Marvel lies. Andrew Garfield lies.
Trust no one.
I guess the next thing we'll be talking about is
Strange?
is Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. We're seeing it Saturday, right?
Yeah, but our next episode is trash.
Trash, maybe tech. I don't know. We haven't figured it out.
Oh, yeah. So we'll talk about that next week. But
Yeah.
our next episode will be our main show, and then the week after that we'll do Doctor
90
Strange.
days and stuff. 90 days and stuff.
Yeah, and stuff. But I gotta go back to Bravo, you guys. My Housewives, Atlanta's
Am I
back.
allowed to sleep during the Bravo? Probably.
You are not allowed to sleep. Okay. How about this, you guys? Let me know if this is cool. If like you just want to listen to me, let Gino nap. He does love napping.
I'll wake up during the not Bravo stuff.
Yeah. Just like that. And so we'll give you some time to go see Doctor Strange. But yeah, we're seeing it Saturday. And so
Share it with your friends.
yes, please. So that's it. God, you think I'd be better at this by now? It's been almost a year, maybe a year. We have to check when our technical season 2 comes out.
Yep. Almost a year.
Almost a year. So if you like what you heard, please go follow us on every possible platform, YouTube, podcasts, and leave a comment, 5-star review.
Share it to your friends.
Share it with your friends. Share
Just
it with your
play
family.
in the background. Just have it running in the background.
Right? Do your laundry.
Yeah.
And just listen.
If your pets get anxious when you're not home, play it for them.
Yeah, our voices are soothing.
Yes.
Our dog
Especially
doesn't
Toby's.
think so. But
Our
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my voice? You like this?
Yeah, I have to use a tape machine a fake
Drown
tape
it out.
machine plug-in to just make it a little warmer, Toby. Just a little warmer.
A little warmer. You like
Yeah,
this?
it's a little warmer.
All right. Well, thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.